Hey everyone, it's Latanya Carmouche, your personal development life coach. I'm here to empower you and provide you with helpful tips that will help you rewrite the script of your life. Today we are discussing mastering communication. Have you ever talked to someone or rather you listen to someone and they do a whole lot of talking, but they never say nothing? That's because communicating is a skill. It's something that we can all learn. It's the key to strong relationships. You leave these people who did all this talking, said absolutely nothing, and you leave feeling like you just wasted an hour or two of your time listening to nothing. Don't be that person. Effective communication is a key component to any successful relationship, whether it's personal or professional. Communicating is the foundation of any relationship. In both personal and professional, the strong communication skills are essential for cultivating trust, resolving conflicts, expressing needs, and working. All right, you're working towards a common goal. You have to communicate, not just talk. You have to communicate, and I'll explain the difference. Developing an effective communication skill or habit, it takes effort, but it pays off in the end. It pays off tremendously for the health of our relationships. Now, in personal relationships like friendships, communication is important because it allows us to share our authentic selves. Through frequent and vulnerable conversations, we bond with these other people and the people that we care about by exchanging perspectives, by exchanging thoughts, feelings, hopes, and dreams. Now, good friends make each other feel heard and understood. They listen without judgment and they offer empathy and share reciprocal openness, right? You don't always want to be the one talking about your dreams and your hopes and your ideas. Learn other people too. And if they shut down and don't want to tell you anything about them, check the friendship status, right? Because it has to be reciprocal, right? I share, you share, we grow together. This fosters intimacy and a sense of belonging. Now, poor communication puts a distance between people and it prevents a closeness and it hinders a friendship from really growing. Can you really call someone your friend if you really don't know who they are? They know everything about you, but you know nothing about them. Is that really a friend, right? So make sure it reciprocates and just develop a closeness with the person. And that's how you make a friend. That's how you be a friend. When conversations lack depth, right, or we hold back our thoughts and our emotions, it becomes superficial. It's just someone I know. That's an acquaintance. It's not a friend. It's just someone I know, right? So if you want someone to be a friend, then you both have to be able to communicate. Communication is also very essential for couples. Those who communicate lovingly and respectfully tend to have a more solid foundation for weathering the ups and downs of the relationship. They are, with your partner, right? If you're in a romantic relationship, have open dialogue about life, right? You do this so that you can gain insight into your partner's needs, right? And then when you come upon a disagreement, communicate through it, right? You're still going to express affection, right? You always express affection. You're looking for something to say, try checking in. Checking in. How was your day? Checking about one another's day. Share activities. These things will strengthen emotional intimacy. Now, partners who avoid conversations or stop communicating truthfully will often experience resentment, isolation, and they will have a reduced commitment over time. In the workplace, right? Clear communication minimizes confusion and it improves teamwork. Professionals who convey ideas articulately and listen attentively have an advantage, right? They give crisp presentations, they offer constructive feedback, and they keep stakeholders aligned. When collaborating, they exchange perspectives to reach optimal solutions. And in the workplace, if the communication breaks down, trust me, I know, the communication breaks down, the morale will decline. Poor communicators struggle to gain buy-in for their ideas. They have trouble advancing in their careers. They, when you don't communicate clearly, you have unclear expectations. And then when you have unclear expectations, that leads to missed objectives or frustrations between colleagues, right? People don't understand each other. No one's communicating. Then you have an office full of frustrated people. And, and especially if you're a leader, leaders especially rely on communication to propel their organizations forward. When sharing a vision, you should inspire others through persuasive yet compassion speech, right? What you're communicating, be into it, right? Just don't talk. So here's the difference. You're talking to someone, you just, regurgitating some words and you walk away. There's no feeling behind it. There's no purpose behind it. There's no true meaning behind it. Everyone's confused. You're just throwing out words. No one knows what is going on. It's just recipe for disaster, right? So make sure that you have compassion, you're persuasive, and be willing to answer questions if necessary. When you're communicating, not only in the workplace, also in person, in personal relationships. Now, if you're a leader, back to the workplace, successful leaders express exemplary verbal and written communications matched with consistent actions, right? And this goes for both personal and professional, right? Even though we're talking about professional right now, your actions have to match your word. That's very important because it builds trust and it mobilizes people to move forward and share the same mission and understand what's going on, right? Without your actions following your words, you fail to gain support. People are going to back away from you and they're not going to want to be bothered with you because your actions simply don't match your words. Now, if you don't know how to communicate, fortunately, there's ways that you can strengthen your communication skills. And here are some tips. First step, you want to practice active listening without interrupting and reflect back on what you hear. This shows you're paying full attention. When you're talking to someone and they're not constantly interrupting you, they let you get your whole story out. Then they have questions about it to show that they were paying attention. They're interested in what you're saying. That's a form of communicating, and you will encourage people to want to talk to you more. Next, you want to express yourself authentically and honestly. Share real thoughts and feelings and don't just say what you think somebody else wants to hear. Be true to you. This is how we learn from each other, right? Give me your perspective. I'll give you mine. You're giving me yours from this angle. I'm giving you mine from this angle. And we now have a 360 view of the situation. But if I'm giving you my perspective and you're just saying what you think I want to hear, we're both only seeing something from one side. Be honest, be authentic, be truthful, and have some compassion, though. We'll get to that a little bit later, right? Next, you want to, when you're communicating with someone, whether it be personal or professional, avoid accusatory language that puts others in defense mode, right? You ever talk to somebody and they just say stuff like, well, you never, and you did, and you just automatically, your guards go up and you're like, well, hold on. Okay, now I can't hear anything else you're saying because I'm thinking of how I'm going to defend myself because you came at me and put me in defense mode, right? So watch how you speak to others, watch the words that you say, and use words that cooperate, right? Rather than you never, put it back on yourself. You know what? I feel like this, doesn't happen, right? When you immediately start off, well, you and you never, and you didn't, and people are going to go in defense mode. They're going to shut down. They're not going to even hear what you're saying. Put it back on yourself. I feel like this happens and this doesn't get done. And how can you think you can contribute to that? How can you help get this done, right? We'll do a whole nother lesson on that. Next, you want to discuss difficult subjects respectfully and at appropriate times. Don't avoid important conversations, but don't jump on somebody when you already see them overwhelmed and overboard. Just your timing got to be right? Your husband come in from work, he's exhausted. You see your wife, she's, she come in from work or she spent all day with the kids or you've been home relaxing and they're coming in from fighting traffic. That is not the time to start on a problem, right? They are already in a tensy because of what they've just left. And now you jump in, adding more on top of that. It's going to get nowhere. So watch your timing. Make sure the timing is right. Don't delay stuff too long, but also don't add more on a person when you see that they're already overwhelmed. Next, you want to offer compliments and express appreciation and to positively reinforce good behaviors, right? Don't always, have a complaint to somebody. Don't always need a task to be done, right? Sometimes just show some appreciation, give a compliment. That way people won't run when they see you. People see they walking down the hall and they see you, they know you're going to say, hey, can you do this? Will you do that? No, let me turn around. People are going to start hiding from you, right? Every time you call your friend, don't just call your friend, hey girl, can I borrow $100? Hey, can you watch the kids for me? No, people are going to they're going to start ignoring your calls. They're going to run the other way when they see you, right? Communicate, but don't only communicate when you need something. Communicate just to check in, just to show some appreciation, just to pay a compliment. And don't let that be a setup to what you're going to ask. Legitimately call someone just to check in, just a wellness check. Hey, I'm just wellness check, saying hi, and be done. That's all you honestly wanted, right? These are things that build a friendship, cultivate a friendship, keep communication open. Another thing I want to mention is don't always be on defense mode, right? Remember, communication is a skill that everyone doesn't have, and it can be taught, but don't automatically be on defense mode. When someone call you, what? Okay, never mind. I don't want to talk. I was just going to share with you how great my day was, but seemed like you're having a bad day. Well, then they want to go, no, I'm not having a bad day. Well, you came across, you responded, as if you were having a bad day, or as if I was being a bother to you. All these things matter when you're communicating with a person, right? So you're not only talking, you're listening to a person also. So when they call your name, don't immediately be bothered. Don't make people feel like they're bothering you if you want to build a relationship, right? Now, so moving forward, I'm sorry, I just got sidetracked there, but it's important. That's very, very important, right? Your body language, right? What did your face look? Somebody call you and you just look disgusted. Hey, Tanya, what? Right? Do you want to talk to me? I'm looking like that? No, probably not. So how is your attitude when someone calls you? How do you respond? Watch your body language, watch your tone, your volume. Are you yelling at someone? Like, why are you yelling? Let's lower it down, because when you're yelling, I associate that with being excited or angry. And you're just telling me that you went and got coffee this morning. Well, you put me on high alert because you're screaming. Watch your volume, watch your body language, and then work on ways to continue improving your speaking. You can do this also by writing, right? When you continue to write, that helps you improve your communication skills. And again, send consistent messages across the board, right? Your words, your tones, definitely your actions. Your words have to match your actions. When you make intentional efforts to nurture open, caring, constructive communications, you'll make it. You'll learn how to do it. You can train yourself how to do it, and you will need this to make your relationships thrive. Communication is a learnable skill that pays dividends across all facets in work life and personal life. Investing in it marks the first step towards a healthier, more collaborative relationships. So remember, you're not just talking to be saying some words. You want to communicate, right? You want to communicate your thoughts. And remember the 5 W's, the 5, from elementary schools, the who, what, when, why. These are things that you want to communicate when you're talking to a person, right? And don't always have bad news. Celebrate something good, right? Make people want to communicate with you by just knowing you. You are brilliant, right? You were created in God's image, so you are automatically amazing, right? You're naturally amazing. You're worth listening to. You're worth speaking with. So let's work on our communication skills, right? Let's become better communicators. Let's become better listeners, and let's just develop relationships and grow together. For more information about this topic and to read some of our other blogs, visit us at ltce.info. I'll see you next time.